Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to easily make your own valve holder that connects to your air compressor just using some extra parts and pieces laying around your garage. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, what a valve holder is used for is if you're doing work to your valve stems, for example, if you're replacing the seals or removing the springs and you don't have your cylinder heads removed, you run the risk of the valve dropping in. So what you'll need is something in there to hold that valve from dropping in when you're doing work on the stem area like that. So where these come in handy is you can feed this in where the spark plug would go, and you can connect it to your air compressor and then blow air through it, and that will keep the valves from dropping down in. Now these are fairly inexpensive. You can pick these up anywhere from $10 to $20 from automotive stores and online. The only problem is, at least the area where I live in, they don't carry these over the counter. So you normally have to order these online. If you're in the middle of a project and maybe you don't have the luxury to wait for it to come in after it's been ordered, that's what this that I'm showing in the video is good for. You can just get some common items around your garage and make your own. That way you're not delaying the progress on what you're working on. So let's head over now, and I'm going to show you the different parts that I use to do this and how we put it together, and then we'll be back to show how it connects in and test it out. These are the pieces that I just have laying around in my garage that I'm going to use. I have a 24-inch piece of 3/8 inner diameter fuel hose. Now, you don't need to use fuel hose because obviously that's coated, so you don't want to waste that if you don't have extra laying around. But any kind of 3/8 inner diameter will work, and the reason I go with that size is it'll slide over this part of the spark plug nice, and that fitting for the air will screw in nicely on that as well and make a nice tight bond. Next, we have an extra spark plug. Now this is an old one. You don't want to be grabbing a new one, obviously, but I just have an old one laying around that was an extra from some project. But you want to make sure that it's the right threads of what you're going to be using it on. So we're using that, and then we have this male air fitting right here, this brass fitting that we're going to put on the other end, and then we'll connect all that up. Now the first thing that we're going to need to do is hollow out that spark plug. So you will need something to cut the ends off that I'm going to show you soon, and then you will need a metal drill bit so we can drill through it, and then we can put it all together and it's ready to be used. Just finished drilling it out. You can see here, see my finger there? So we have a clear hole. I drilled out all the metal. So all we have is a ceramic. A little bit did break here, not a big deal because the hose is going to sleeve over this. Let's get the hose. We'll attach this, and then we'll put the brass fitting on the other end so we can connect it to the air compressor, and I'll show you how it connects in to be the valve holder. Here's our hose. You're going to take this ceramic side and you're going to fit it here into the hose. You want it to be a nice tight fit, so we'll push that in nice and tight. That's in pretty good. It goes down approximately right here, so this is a very nice tight fit. Next, we're going to take the brass fitting and we'll put that on the other side. This is threaded. Now this one's going to be a lot tighter, so you're going to have to really work it in here. Tightening this fitting in here. This is, because of this being a fuel hose, which is what I had laying around, it's a little bit tight because of the thickness inside, but we almost have it in place. There we go. You can see right there. Everything looks good. Let's connect it to the air compressor and I'll show you how it works. Once you remove the spark plug from the cylinder head, we can now take this piece here where we have the modified spark plug, we can screw it back into that same spot where we removed it from. We'll connect this to our air compressor hose, which I have right here. I'm going to show you in a minute. And that will then put air into the cylinder, which will keep the valves from dropping. So, let's set this here. We're going to connect this here to the hose. Now you got to remember there's not a shutoff valve on here like if you're using like a tire inflator or any kind of pneumatic tools where you're pretty much controlling when the air is brought in. So once we connect it, you're going to hear it, but air is going to come out of this thing at full force. Coming out real strong. We'll disconnect it now so I can talk and you can hear me, but you can see how that's coming through very strong, the air pressure, so that'll definitely keep the valves from dropping. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this one into that same spot where we took the spark plug out. It might be easier if you remove it from the hose because then you can feed it in, but we're going to go ahead and attach it in there and I'll show you connect it and then we'll go ahead and put air into it and wrap up this video. We'll twist the hose to get it in place. There we go. Now obviously it's not a real spark plug, so you're not trying to tighten it and torque it like a spark plug. You just want to get it nice and secure. So now we can connect it to the air hose. With the compressed air going in, we've removed the rocker arms. Now we're ready to remove the spring. Pull the spring out. And as you can see, I'll get a closer shot, but the actual valve stem does not drop. And here it is right here. So now if you're replacing the seals or whatever you're doing, you're safe without it falling in there. Okay, well as we saw, this worked perfect, being able to make this one here. So this wraps up this video on how to make your own valve holder. This is obviously a pneumatic one as we saw in this video. But these come in handy if you're doing work to, whether you need to remove the springs or the seals, things like that. I'm actually doing some work on this vehicle. I'm replacing the valve seals on this vehicle. So if you're interested in seeing how to do that whole process, please subscribe to this channel. That video will be posting shortly after this one. But as mentioned already at the beginning, these are inexpensive if you want to buy your own. It's just not all places keep them in stock. You have to order them. You may not have the luxury of waiting for it to come in. So it's cool to know how to do it yourself just with some common items around your garage. I hope that this video was informative for you. I hope it helped you out with any projects you're working on. Please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I appreciate all the support. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel as I'm constantly posting new content, and I'll see you next time.